good evening, good evening, good evening.
I'm sure Helen's ass was great, but I just can't imagine life after this.
Also, make sure you are subscribed to the channel as well to help make sure that we can get the truth out to as many people as we possibly can. I'm seeing a lot of American flags in the chat.
Yep.
I love it. Love to see the American flags. We'll give everyone about 2 more minutes. I hope you guys are doing great on a Sunday night. Don't usually go live on a Sunday night, but here we are. There's just so much news, so much breaking news coming in minute by minute, hour by hour, that I felt this was important enough to kind of break the schedule and do a Sunday night live. So we're going to give everyone, yes, I see people talking about the bomb threats. We do have that going on in America at this moment at multiple different airports. The situation is crazy. No other way to sum it up than the situation is absolutely insane, both in Iran as the bombs continue to fall, which we have footage of, and here at home as we are facing what appear to be insider threats, both at the Kansas City International Airport, as well as the flight that had to make the emergency landing in Atlanta. So we have a lot to get into. We'll give everyone till the 5-minute mark to get ready. Send all your questions. Send everything you got. For those who are just getting in, again, like the video, subscribe, get your questions, your super chats in. And I want to, every time I look over at the chat, I want to see a ton of American flags. We want to show the men and women who are out there fighting, we support them. We got their back. We're here with them. We're making sure we got their 6. We're going to take care of them. So let's see too many American flags to even count in the chat at this moment. We're sitting at right around 2,200, 2,300 concurrents. So at the 5-minute mark, we're going to get into the update of Iran's new dictator. And I can promise you bombers and fighter jets are already on the way. They're already on the way. We are going to hit this guy wherever he is. And I'll wait a little bit before we really dig into it, get into what's going on. But I can promise you, we're only just getting started. The day of liberation, the day of freedom for the Iranian people has arrived, and we are going to be here side by side with them as they throw the chains of the oppressive regime off, and as they finally get the taste of freedom they have fought so hard for and so justifiably deserve. So I'm seeing a lot of the American flags. I love it. Absolutely love it. All right. So I'm going to put this on the screen for you right away. Let me make sure I got it up. So for everyone joining us now, this right here is Iran's new dictator. This is Mojtaba Khamenei. This is the son of the dictator that was just killed last Saturday, so 8 days ago. This is his son. He has officially been announced as the new dictator of Iran. The Iranian government, what's it called? The Council of Experts, the Assembly of Experts, have appointed him the new supreme leader. This is now the man running the show in Iran. And they have made it clear they have no intention of surrendering or reaching any kind of deal. They want to fight. They want this to be as brutal and violent as it possibly can get. So the new Khamenei is now here in charge in Iran as the government is on the brink of total and absolute collapse. This is now target number 1. That is his face. That is who he is. He has stolen hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars from the Iranian people. And now he is in charge, hands at the wheel of the dictatorship. He was reportedly wounded yesterday in a bombing run. We do not know the extent of his injuries or his health at this time as of me filming this. All we know is, according to many reports, he was wounded. Could have been minor, could have been moderate, could have been major. We do not know at this time. But this is now who we are hunting. This is the next man up. Mojtaba Khamenei. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. I don't speak Persian or Arabic or any of those languages. So if I got that wrong, I do apologize. But this is where we are at. We are now on what? Day 9 of the war. This is day 9 of the war, and the dictator, the replacement dictator, has arrived. And I'm here to tell the replacement dictator, we are going to find you, and you will be eliminated. And if we got to go down the list to the next guy and the next guy and the next guy until we find a guy who is willing to do business, that is exactly what we are going to do. And in case you're wondering how the Iranian people are feeling about this, let me put this on the screen for you right now. They're already in the streets chanting, "Death to the new dictator." So they are chanting, "Death to the new dictator." The people of Iran refusing to submit to his authority. So I'll put this back on the screen as we talk about them. These are vile, disgusting, dangerous radicals. And you cannot negotiate with them at all. You simply have to win. If you don't win, if we don't go all the way at this point, if the regime and the dictatorship stays in power, I'm telling you right now, they are going to race to get a nuke. They are going to race to get their hands on a nuke. So this is who's running the show. And I don't know what bunker he's hiding in. I don't know where he is, but I am telling you right now, we are coming for him, and we're bringing B-2 stealth bombers. We're bringing B-52s. We're bringing B-1 bombers. We're bringing everything we got. Everything we got. We're going to find this guy, and we are going to take him out. We do not have a choice. The good people of Iran have lived under the Islamic dictatorship for far, far, far too long. And it is at this point a tipping point where we have the ability, the United States military, the greatest military in the history of the world, we have the ability to come in and say no more. We got rid of the dad. We will get rid of this guy as well. He cannot run. He cannot hide. There is nowhere for him to go. And that is just the basic facts of the matter. You might hear things on the news that say this guy can be negotiated with. We can work with him. That is complete nonsense. That is absolutely not true at all. The fact of the matter is we have only one choice in front of us, and that is total victory. And total victory means this scumbag, Khamenei II, must be crushed, must be eliminated. And I'm sure he's hiding like a little rat somewhere, hiding in the tunnels, hiding in the bunkers, hoping we can't find him. Well, we got his dad without much issue whatsoever. We got their military command. We got most of their leadership. His days are numbered. And that is where we are at. Now, we've got a bunch of videos to get into here. We're going to do updates. We're going to do what we've been doing before. We'll go updates, super chats, updates, super chats. Make sure for all the new people who've come in, make sure you're liking the video and you're subscribing to the page. And let's get active in the chat with a lot of American flags and a lot of super chats. If you got a question, send it to me. All right, we're going to get into some chats right now. We've got Michael Kern from Australia for $10. Australian. Good day from Australia. See, we've got an international audience. How many people covering this conflict right now can say they have this kind of international audience? I love all of our people around the globe, all of our people watching that are coming in here to spend your Sunday night with me on the emergency stream as Iran has crowned a new dictator. Next up, we've got, I don't know what COP is, but thank you and our troops. Save time at the end for questions. I always save time for questions. So if you guys got something you want to ask, hit me in the super chats and we will get to it. Now, I'm going to put this up on the screen because this is critically important. Right now, the United States has ordered its U.S. embassy staff in Iran to evacuate following. Oh, sorry, I put the wrong thing up on the screen. This is about the drone strikes. Hold on. Even I make mistakes every once in a while. We've got an evacuation order that has gone out, and I want to make sure that we get it correct here. All right, here we go. Now we got it. All right. So we've got the U.S. State Department has ordered American diplomats to leave Saudi Arabia after the U.S. embassy was hit in a massive drone strike. So the U.S. embassy in Saudi Arabia hit in a drone strike, and now they are evacuating the embassy, according to the New York Times via Clash Report. So we believe, why are you evacuating the embassy? The reason you're evacuating the embassy is you believe this situation is going to get much, much, much worse before it gets better. So what you want to do is get your diplomats out of the way. Get your diplomats out of the country. So the U.S. right now, following the bombing campaign, following Iran launching missiles and drones across the region, following the new dictator being named, the U.S. embassy has announced the evacuations are underway. All diplomatic personnel are being evacuated from the country at this time in real time. We are getting them out. We are making sure they are able to get to safety. So a huge, huge development coming in. On that note, right here, we've got more strike footage. This is Iran attacking Bahrain. They are hitting oil facilities in Bahrain. Let's watch it. You can see massive smoke rising, fire as Iran continues to launch missiles and drones at a variety of targets. So the combat operations continue. Here we have the United States of America hitting Baj headquarters in Khorramabad, the capital of the Lorestan Province. Huge explosions, massive explosions underway as the situation unfolds. It goes to show we've got a lot more fighting left to do. The war is not close to over. Now, this is an Iranian airbase in Bashar. Let's watch. You see smoke rising after a bombing attack was carried out. So the United States continues at this time to pound targets across the region. All right, we got more questions coming in, so I'm going to pull this down off the screen as we get to that. And we got more updates, so stay with us. We've got $2 Canadian from the Okotoks, Alberta, Canada. Thank you very much for watching. Appreciate it. Love the good people of Canada. Don't really like your government or your hockey team that much. We did beat you in the gold medal game, but love the good people of Canada. We got Tootie Bug for $10. Super sticker. Thank you very much. We've got SRP Valkyrie back, ex-vet, U.S. vet expat in Colombia. Go Dogs. So it must be from Georgia. And then we've got $2. How many Ayatollahs do we have to ... meaning take out? Well, let me put them back on the screen because this guy's next up. Put this on the screen for you. This guy's next up. This is the new dictator of Iran. This is the new dictator of the Iranian regime, of the dictatorship, of the Islamic dictatorship. He is Khomeini's son. He is, I think, in his mid-50s, late 50s. They've been grooming him as the heir apparent. And now he has been appointed by the Assembly of Experts as the new dictator. And he just became target number one. He will be number one for the Israelis. He will be number one for the Americans. They are going to find him wherever he is. I promise you they will find him wherever he is. and they are 1,000% taking him out. So that is how many Ayatollahs. We're going to wait and see. Now, let me pull this comment off the screen. If you guys can get your super chats in while we're going in between news updates, that would be great. Let me get the next thing teed up for you all here as we get it rolling. All right. This is footage that the United States military has released of B-1 bombers taking off to go hit targets in Iran. Let's watch. Those are B-1 bombers. More bombers on the way. Let's pause it right there. Look at the flames coming out of the engine as the bombers race to Iran to continue to flatten targets, regime targets across the country. We are making it clear that you will not, at any point in time, you will not beat the United States of America. We're coming for it all. And this is a look at our beautiful bombers. We are coming for it all. We are sick and tired of the Islamic regime. We are sick and tired of the dictatorship in Iran. The time for negotiations passed a long, long time ago. Now we are in a war, a massive, massive, massive war. And that is what we have. And the fact of the matter is, we will pound them into submission. As President Trump said, the only way this war ends is with total and complete unconditional surrender. When the Iranian regime surrenders, bends the knee and leaves, then this war will come to an end. Before that, it will not. We've got more bombs. We've got more planes. We got air supremacy. We are on a roll. We are on a roll, and we are not slowing down. All right, we got another chat in here. Pull this down real quick. How long before we're able to turn someone in the regime that tells us where all the drones and uraniums is? We know where the uranium is. The uranium is at Isfahan. Isfahan is one of their massive nuke facilities. That is where the uranium is being held. And that is where we are going to have to go in and secure that. And that's a great question because there's been some talk about this. Will we be putting boots on the ground? Will we be putting boots on the ground in Iran? If we do it, it's going to be for Isfahan because it's the only way you can guarantee that the uranium is secure and destroyed. Anything like that, anything less than that, I should say, you don't know. Yes, you can bomb the hell out of it. You can hit it with bunker busters. You can hit it with cruise missiles. But at the end of the day, you need to know the uranium is destroyed. And that's going to require tier 1 units, such as Delta Force, going in. And I don't want to talk about this too much, but that's what it looks like. They're going to go in, they're going to get into the building, and they're going to find the uranium. There's been reporting about that. My fiance, Shelby Talcott at Semaphore, did some great reporting on that. There's been other reporting on that as well. We will likely have to put people on the ground in a very, very small manner, very, very small manner, a tiny footprint to go in and secure the uranium. That's the only way we know we're going to win. Because if we bomb it without going in and taking a look, we're not really going to know whether or not we got all of it. And we can't allow the dictatorship to have any uranium at all. We got to take it all. We simply do not have a choice. So on that note, let's see what we got for more updates as they're coming in. Pulling new updates right now. All right, we've got missiles in the air. We've got missiles in the air. I repeat, we have missiles in the air headed towards Israel right now. I'm going to put this on the screen for you. These are missiles coming down on Israel at this very moment. Cluster munitions are in the air, coming down. Those are Iranian ballistic missiles coming down on Israel in real time. Cluster munitions. You can see the clusters coming out. This is real time, folks. Missiles falling on Israel at this very moment. Right there. The Iranians are firing. This is real time. This is as it is happening. The Iranians have launched more missiles at Israel. So there you see it on your screen as missiles rain down on Israel. It is unclear how many, if any of these, were intercepted. So they are coming down and they are hitting hard. So this is the first missile launch under the new dictator. The new dictator taking power and immediately launching ballistic missiles on Israel. So these are ongoing live strikes that you are watching on your screen right now. Like I said, the new dictator has no interest in surrendering at all. They want to fight. They want to fight. They're going to get a fight. The fight is underway. So right now, as we watch in real time, missiles raining down on Israel, literally coming in breaking news as I'm in the middle of giving you guys the updates. So we've got another super chat here we're going to get to. We got a couple super chats. We got $6.99. Hi, Iranian from Canada. You are our hope. Well, thank you very much. We stand with the innocent people of Iran. We stand with the good people of Iran. We stand with everyone who wants freedom. We stand with everyone who wants to get rid of the Islamic dictatorship. In fact, I'm going to put a poll in right now. Let's do an audience poll. We'll make it a simple question. Do you stand with the people of Iran? So there we have a poll up. Do you stand with the people of Iran? Let me know in the comments below. We love the innocent Iranian people. All right, $20. You bring us the news we can use. Thank you very much. I try my best. I try to make sure that we have the best up-to-date news possible. All right, let's see what we got for more updates as they're coming in, as the war is literally raging at this moment. Okay, we've got sirens erupting across Israel at this very moment. These are where all the sirens are going off. As I am filming this, Israel is under missile attack from the new dictator. The new dictator launching massive waves of missiles, cluster munitions at Israel. It's interesting that the new dictator hasn't fired at any other country yet. Hasn't fired at any U.S. bases, just immediately firing at Israel. So we right here have more information coming in. For those of you who are just joining us, we've got a lot of new viewers here. Please make sure to like the video. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Get active in the chat. We want to see a lot of American flags, as many American flags as we can. So some of you are asking for the footage of the missiles. So I'm going to put that back on the network. Actually, let me check to see if we have footage out of Tel Aviv. Let's see if we have footage out of Tel Aviv right now. See if I can, what we got. Well, it looks like Tel Aviv might not have been targeted, but this is the footage right here of the missiles on Israel. Wow. So the missiles continue at this very moment. Wow. So I'm going to pause it right here. So what you're looking at there is cluster munitions. What does that mean? That means the munition breaks up and then falls down, making it very hard to stop. It kills indiscriminately. It is a horrifying weapon, and that is what we are looking at right now. The new Iranian dictator the Khamenei II has authorized and ordered a massive strike against Israel. We do not know how many were intercepted. We do not know how many landed. All we know is at this time is we are watching it in real time. Missiles are coming down.
Yo. Wow.
All right, we got some more super chats coming in. I'm in the air on a flight from Denver, Colorado to Charlotte, North Carolina watching. Thank you very much. Stay safe on your flight. Like I said, we have had a lot of threats with airlines in this country over the past 24 to 36 hours with people, threatening to do things I don't even want to say on air because I'm worried they'll probably take the video down. But we have got to be safe. Be alert. Be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of the situation you're in. If your gut feels like something's wrong, it probably is wrong. Call the authorities. We do not know what these people are planning. As you can see on your screen right now, they are already bombing Israel as soon as the new dictator took over. We got $10 from Anna. My family fled after my grandfather was killed. My other grandparents, uncles, cousins, etc., are still in Tehran. They've been waiting for liberation. Thank you to the U.S. and Israel. Well, thank you very much for the super chat, Anna. As I said, their day of liberation has come. The day of liberation for the Iranian people, it has arrived. It is here. We are here to help the Iranian people. And right now in our poll, we have almost 1,200 votes, and 87% of people are voting that they stand with the Iranian people, that they stand with the good people of Iran, and I certainly count as one of them too. All right, we got chats and a lot of news coming in. We're going to have to up the minimum of the super chat. We're going to do $10. I'll pin a comment. I want to see a lot of American flags. Keep sending the American flags. Let me make sure everyone can see that. Hold on. All right, so we'll move up the super chats to $10 to make sure that everyone or that I'm able to get to them all because we obviously have a lot going on right now. All right, let's get to some more updates as the war rages. Now, this is terrible news. This is terrible, terrible news. But CENTCOM announcing another U.S. soldier has died in a health-related incident in Kuwait on March 6th during a medical emergency. The exact cause of death is under review. So we do not know at this time how this soldier died, what happened, other than they are saying it was a medical emergency. So another U.S. service member has passed away as we are learning of this incident. This announced earlier tonight at about 6 p.m. Eastern time that another service member has passed away. Terribly sad, terribly tragic. Our thoughts and prayers are certainly with their family. This is what war is. It is brutal. People lose their lives, and you hope at the end of the day you're able to win and get the job done. But I am able to report now that another American, got to reposition myself, that another American service member has lost their life. Unbelievably sad. We will continue with more information as we know it. Now let me look to see what updates we have. All right, we've got more footage. Missiles in the air. I'm going to put this on the screen for you. More footage, plus munitions. You hear the air sirens in the background. They are continuing to fire missiles and rain down missiles on Israel. This is happening in real time as I am filming this. The missiles are coming. They are coming down and hitting targets or attempting to hit targets across Israel at this very moment. So we are literally watching this together, real time, live TV, live news. And then right here, I'm going to put this up on the screen. This is footage of a fighter navigator downing a drone. Hold on, we got a minor tech issue. Give me 1 second. 1 second here. All right, this is an Israeli jet downing an Iranian drone. Let's watch.
אני מגע אצלי. פגיעה. אלכה. את מגע ואירוע, נכון? חיובי. אלכה.
This is footage of an Israeli fighter jet going out and smoking an Iranian drone. I don't speak Hebrew. If anyone speaks Hebrew, please let me know what they're saying on the radio during the shoot down. Let's watch it again.
אני מגע אצלי. פגיעה. אלכה. את מגע ואירוע, נכון? חיובי.
Absolutely incredible footage of the Israeli fighter jet downing that drone. All right, we got another super chat in. Danny Els Earl. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I hope that I am. Someone close to me in my life is in Delta. This person is leaving sometime very soon. Obviously, don't know where to and when. I just know very soon. Please send prayers for the family. Very nervous. Well, Danny, if you, I don't know if you were watching us earlier. There has been a lot of reporting in the media. My fiance actually was one of the leading voices, broke the story that the U.S. is considering boots on the ground to secure some of these nuke sites. That is a Delta mission. That is what they train for. Here's what I'll say about Delta Force, and it should make us all very proud as Americans. Delta Force and SEAL Team 6 are the two best units in the world at what they do. And they do it better than anyone else does it. And when they get the phone call and they say, hey, we need you to go do something that's very dangerous, it's very risky, it's going to put your personal safety and health at risk, they answer that call, both units, SEAL Team 6 and Delta Force, 100% of the time to get the job done. There are no better groups when it comes to direct action and doing what they do. So we will say a prayer for them for sure. We say a prayer for all of our soldiers who are over there. But trust me when I say, if he's with Delta, he's with a lot of good men, and he's with a lot of patriotic men, and he's with men who will get the job done. So I don't know where Delta's going. I don't have a clue, believe it or not. I got to reposition my chair. Believe it or not, they don't, the U.S. military doesn't run their plans past me before they actually do them, right? I just monitor the situation with everybody else. I read the news. That's how I know about what's going on with Isfahan, which is the nuke site that could be taken. So thank you very much for the $10 super chat. Our prayers are certainly with him, and we are going to make sure that we get the job done. Hold on. It looks like we got some funny business in the chat right now. Is someone being an idiot in the chat? Let me know if there's an idiot in the chat. But, all right. So we've got more updates coming in. I'm going to put this on the screen for y'all. This is the Kuwaiti. I believe this is a Kuwaiti. Well, let me check to make sure. No, Saudi Arabia. So this is Saudi Arabia F-15 and Eurofighter Typhoons shooting down attack drones. Let's watch. So they are smoking the drones left and right. Right here, what you are seeing on your screen is the Saudi military. And guys, let me know in the comments if you can hear me. Can you still hear me? Do I sound good? Is the video good? I have to mute the music because, copyright stuff, right? But this is the Saudi military absolutely obliterating the targets wherever they find them. These are Iranian drones smoking one after another. Now, on that note, this is a UAE Apache helicopter going in and lighting up these drones.
Destroy. Target destroy. Target destroy. Target destroy. Target destroy. Target destroyed. Target destroyed, sir. Sir, target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Absolutely incredible footage. Incredible footage. Now, get your super chats in. I'm going to get to them in a second. We're doing $10 minimum because we got a lot of people watching. This is footage coming out of Tel Aviv. This is right after the ballistic missile attack that just hit Tel Aviv. I repeat, Tel Aviv has been hit. We can now report Tel Aviv has been hit. Let's watch. So you see a lot of debris. It looks like a lot of debris. Looks like, I don't want to downplay it, but looks like the damage isn't terrible yet based on what we can see on our screen. So we now have confirmation. I repeat, we have confirmation that Israel has been hit. We pray everyone is safe. We pray everyone is okay. But unfortunately, I can now report to you, Israel did take hits. There appears to be some level of damage. We don't know the full extent of the damage at this time. But we know that they have taken either debris or outright hits is what you are seeing here on your screen. I'm going to check for updates here real quick as we look around to figure out what is going on at this moment. All right, I'm just checking to make sure the information is good. All right, we got another super chat. I'll pull this off the screen real quick. By the way, I see a lot of new viewers coming in. If you haven't already, please make sure to like the video. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. That is the best way to make sure we can get the truth out of there to people. All right, I'm going to end the poll. We got 2,300 votes. 86% of the audience says they are standing with the good people of Iran. So 86% of the audience is with the good people of Iran. All right, I have a question, $5, a silent cookie. I have a question. Why does other countries acknowledge U.S. soil? I always wondered. I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know what you mean by acknowledge U.S. soil. Let me put it back there. I have a question. Why does other countries ATT acknowledge U.S. soil? I honestly don't know what you mean. I truly, I wish I did. I don't know what you mean. I don't know if there's a language barrier, but I don't really know what you're talking about there. All right, we're going to look for updates. We're going to see what's coming in. All right, more attacks underway. We have more attacks underway at this very moment. We now have reports that the air raid sirens in Bahrain are going off. There's an incoming attack against the U.S. ally in Bahrain, home of the Fifth Fleet. Apparently, there is an attack underway. So we will wait and look for footage. But at this moment, we are hearing that sirens are underway in Bahrain. It's an incredibly serious situation. I cannot stress that enough. I cannot stress that enough. All right, we also have news here. Saudi Arabia announcing they were also fired on. and saying they intercepted and destroyed 2 ballistic missiles fired at them. So missiles fired at Saudi Arabia, 2 ballistic missiles have been intercepted. All right, we got some comments here from Pete Hegseth. I believe this is from 60 Minutes. Let's watch what he had to say.
The president said recently there will be no deal with Iran except unconditional surrender. What does that look like? Unconditional surrender? How will you know it's real?
It means we're fighting to win. It means we set the terms. We'll know when they're not capable of fighting. There'll be a point where they'll have no choice but to do that. Whether they know it or not, they will be combat ineffective. They will surrender.
Typically, the understanding of a
So right there,
surrender is person to person. Is that what would be required in a matter like this?
Well, there's a lot of different ways. Whether they want to admit it or not, whether their pride lets them say it out loud or not, it's President Trump who will set the terms of it.
So Pete Hegseth right there, making it clear that unconditional surrender is the only option we have. It is the only option we have. It is the only option we will accept. The complete and total surrender. By the way, I'm going to put this on the screen. If you guys didn't see this, this was Tel Aviv earlier today. Let's watch.
بلوار کوسار از این ته همت این منم تا این بالا.
This was after the airstrikes. So what we did, what the Americans and the Israelis did, is we reached out and we touched their oil facilities, specifically the facilities controlled by the IRGC, controlled by the most radical elements of the regime. And we came out and we said, you're not doing it anymore. We're taking your oil away from you. And that is exactly what we did. We've got some more footage here. I'm going to try to find it. Give me 1 second. Stay with me. Stay with me. Hold tight. Hold tight. We're going to get a good time while I'm looking for this to get your questions in while I pull this up. All right, here's one video. So I'm going to put this on the screen for you. So this, what you are seeing here is the oil got into the sewer and was ignited, and that is what you are seeing. You can see it just rip right through it. I've never seen anything like that before in my entire life, ever. I have never seen anything like that before in my entire life. That is nothing short of absolutely shocking footage. Shocking footage. Let's see. We've got more, though. I want to make sure I can find this, get the right footage up for you all. Make sure we can find the footage of the oil. Oops, hold on. Stay with me. Stay with me. Trying to navigate all the breaking news as it comes in. Give me 1 second. Pulling it up for you here right now. All right, we've got more footage. I'm going to put this on the screen for you. This is more footage of the bombings. This is in Khorramabad, Tehran. They are hitting everywhere they can. And here we've got more footage. This is a look at Tehran after the IRGC's oil was hit. So that is what you are seeing on your screen right now. It is apocalyptic looking. We have an issue in the chat. Who's causing problems in the chat? Who's causing problems in the chat? Do we got to get rid of someone? All right, we'll do some more questions right now. Get your super chats in. We'll do some more questions, and then we will get to more footage as the war rages on at this very moment. Give me 1 second. We got a lot of news coming in, ton of news coming in. So I want to make sure we're getting it right. Make sure we got the best information for you all. Let's get some chats up. All right. Did that one already. Holy freaking, you know what? That's straight out of a movie. Eagles fan Clark, thank you very much. Operation Iraqi Freedom Vet here in Puerto Rico. As a patriot, I'll say this. Unfortunately, that part of the world, especially regimes like this, do not understand dialogue. They only understand strength, i.e. 30,000-pound bombs. Correct. And guys, remember, we're doing $10 for the super chats. $10 for the super chats. That's the floor. If you do more, that's great. You'll get a higher priority. But we're doing $10 right now to make sure we can get to everyone. All right. God bless our country, our patriots, and our troops. Hell yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. God bless the United States of America. God bless our soldiers, and God bless all the patriots in this country that are fighting for the right thing. Thanks as always. I'm sure IRGC appreciates support from some members of Congress. Who do you think are on foreign payrolls? Paul, seems like an open secret. Kana, Massey. Listen, I appreciate the $10. I do not believe sitting members of the U.S. government are taking money from the Iranian regime. If that were true, and I'm just going to be honest with you, I always say I'm going to just tell you guys what I think, straightforward honesty. If that was true and they got caught, they'd be going to prison for the rest of their life. Minimum. That's treason. That's treason. What do we do to treasonous rats in this country? Best case for them, they go to prison for life. Worst case, like the Rosenbergs, you get the death sentence. So I hope that's not true. I'm not going to sit here and say I think anyone's on foreign payrolls. If I'm wrong, I'll be sued out of my mind. So I'm not going to do that. But I pray and hope we do not have government officials on foreign payrolls of other countries. All right. $10 from Brandon. No message. Thank you very much, Brandon. I appreciate it. All right. Let's get back to some more footage. Put this up on the screen for you. This is more bombs hitting Tehran. It's an overwhelming amount of firepower. It is a stunning amount of firepower. And we've got more footage here. Let me get this up on the screen for y'all.
Yo, Belfast.
We are bombing them.
Yo,
into this
Belfast.
morning. And then right here, more footage of the oil refinery attacks.
چیکار داره میکنه پشمام
Unbelievable. Imagine the heat that must be coming off that thing.
نزدیک پالایشگاه شهرده امروز شنبه یادم رفت 14.
I mean, I'll pause it right there. That is absolutely insane. That is absolutely insane. And there is no other way to sum it up. There is no other way to sum it up other than that. That is horrifying. I mean, and I don't want to say horrifying. I feel bad saying that. I feel bad saying that because it makes it sound like I'm diminishing what we're doing. That is not my intent whatsoever. That is not what I'm trying to do. All I'm saying is like that level of firepower, imagine being on the receiving end of that. Of course, we're good people, so we won't be on the receiving end of that. They're scumbag terrorists, and that is why they are on the receiving end of American air power. And by the way, can we take a moment and just say thank you to all of our fighter pilots, our bomber pilots, the crews? Let's see some American flags in the chat for the men and women of our Navy air assets and our Air Force air assets that are out there just lighting stuff up in a way that is incredible. Best Air Force on the planet by a mile. Best Air Force the world has ever seen, and it is going to continue. We're not slowing down. We're not backing down. We're not scared of anybody. We are going to fight this until we win, and then we're going to get our guys home. Fight to win the day, and then get your guys home. Now, for all of those of you who haven't seen this yet, let me put this up on the screen. This, lost the tab I was on. This is the boys in the Navy. This is the boys in the Navy getting their first submarine kill since World War II. Let's watch it. So you got the Iranian Navy ship. And right there, torpedo impact. Torpedo impact. We have torpedo impact right there. Just brutal. Let's go to the part right where it hits. So I'm going to pause it right there. What you see on your screen there is the moment of impact when the American submarine sunk the Iranian ship. Now, there's been some reports that we actually gave the Iranian ship the opportunity to surrender, to go back to Sri Lanka and surrender, and they didn't want to. So they got sunk to the bottom of the sea. Incredible, incredible footage. All right, I'm pulling in more updates. We're getting more updates as they're coming in. Hang tight with me here. Got to make sure. And by the way, a lot of new people coming into the stream. If you haven't already liked the video, please make sure to like the video and make sure you are subscribed to the channel so that you have the best, most up-to-date, accurate information on the internet. All right, we're going to do some more super chats. Then we'll get to more updates. Do you think when this war is over, even with a victory, is there potential for us to see regime holdouts? Probably not like post-World War II Japan, but I foresee the regime being very hard to purge from Iranian society. Very fair question. Great question. There will probably be holdouts. There are going to be some people that simply refuse to surrender, and then they're either going to go into hiding or we're just going to have to kill them. And I don't say that lightly. I'm not trying to be flippant, but that is how that's going to go. You're either going to surrender, and as Trump has said, if you surrender, you'll be treated with complete immunity. Complete immunity. If you don't surrender, you face certain death. Those are President Trump's words. Certain death. So that is what President Trump has made clear to the Iranians. Now, immunity is not going to apply to the leaders who have terrorized their people, but we've also got some comments from President Trump here. Let me go ahead and put these up on the screen for you. I got to get to the point that it's at. Let me make sure. All right, here we go. I'm going to put this on the screen for you. Give me a moment. Then we're going to get to some more super chats. All right, getting it up for you. This is President Trump talking about troops on the ground. Will we be putting troops on the ground? President Trump addressing that on Air Force One. This comes amid reports that Delta Force or other Tier 1 units like SEAL Team 6 could be moving in to secure highly sensitive areas in Iran. Let's watch his comments.
What are the circumstances where you'd send in ground troops? How are you thinking about that?
I don't even want to talk about it now. I mean, that's, I don't think it's an appropriate question. You know, I'm not going to answer it. Could there be? Possibly, for very good reason. Have to be very good reason. And I would say if we ever did that, they would be so decimated that they wouldn't be able to fight at the ground level.
Are you thinking about the oil facility there? There's an oil facility kind of on the coast of Iran that could be secured by ground troops. There's been some speculation that could be a target.
Well, I don't know what the speculation is, but I certainly would be able to tell you that I'd be in trouble with myself if I told you that.
Don't you need ground troops to secure the enriched uranium at the nuclear sites?
We'll find out about that. We haven't talked about it, but it was a total obliteration. They haven't been able to get to it. And at some point, maybe we will. You know, that'd be a great thing. But right now, we're just decimating them. But we haven't gone after it. But you know, something we could do later on. We wouldn't do it now. Maybe we'd do it later on.
You said you want to be involved in the selection of the next leader of Iran. Can you talk to me?
Well, because I don't want to just come back every 10 years. And mostly you'll have presidents, that won't do that because they don't get it. But we don't want to come back every 5 years or every 10 years and do this. So we want to pick a president that's not going to be leading their country into a war. Do you have any questions for Pete or Steve? Come on up.
Mr. Wickoff.
Steve, come on up.
Mr. Wickoff, is there still space to do a deal with whatever is left of the Iranian government?
I think there is. I think that's going to be up to the president. That's what I think. But they didn't seem to be very amenable in those first set of negotiations. You heard what I said. They said we have the inalienable right to enrich. They bragged.
This is Witkoff now. He's about to talk about how they bragged about how they were getting ready or able to make 11 nukes. So they were going to try to make 11 nukes, and that was their starting point at negotiations. Obviously, the United States never going to let that happen. I want to see some more American flags in the chats, guys. Let's support the boys and the women that are over there fighting. Let's watch this.
About having 60% enriched fuel, enough for 11 bombs. And they told me and Jared, we're not going to give you diplomatically what you couldn't take militarily. So, you know, I think they're going to need a change of attitude.
What sort of thing do you want to see in a deal? I mean, do you
So
think
right
you have
there, that is him saying, that is Steve Witkoff, the chief negotiator, saying that the Iranians were bragging about how they were going to build 11 bombs, and obviously we're not going to let them have a nuke. We're just not going to do it. We're just not going to let them have one, and so they're not going to have one, and now the war is on. All right, I'm checking for updates, live updates as they're coming in. Oh, here we go. You guys are going to love this. This just came out. Let me double check this, make sure it's correct. Guys, 15 minutes ago, I know this is not Iran related, but we got to talk about it briefly. We just did another boat strike. This is 15 minutes ago. 6 narco terrorists dead. So it says they did a lethal kinetic strike on a vessel operated by DTOs. Intelligence confirmed the vessel was transiting along a known narco trafficking route in the Eastern Pacific. It was engaged in narco trafficking operations. 6 dead. So let's watch this quick. Absolutely eliminated. All right, we're going to get to some super chats here. Get your super chats in. We're doing $10 minimum tonight because we got a lot of people watching. As always, please make sure you're liking the video and subscribing as well. All right, I'm going to pull the super chats up. $10 from Trexter in North Carolina. I live by Fort Bragg and see Delta guys in town a lot. I would not want those guys coming after me. Yeah, no kidding. You don't want to end up on a list, a target list that's being executed by, if that's the right word to say it, or that's being taken down by Delta or SEAL Team 6. If Delta or SEAL Team 6 show up looking for you, it's going to be the worst night of your life when they show up on your front door. And the enemy gets a vote. If they want to fight, they're going to try to fight. And if the enemy tries to fight Delta Force, just like the Cuban security guards in Venezuela, Maduro's bodyguards in Venezuela, they tried to fight Delta Force. They all came back in shoeboxes. So that's what awaits anyone who wants to mess with our guys. All right. Did they take the new dictator out yet? and who is going to do it. We talked about this at the beginning of the show. Let me see if I can get him back up on the screen while we talk about this question. So for those of you who don't know, they do have a new dictator. I'm trying to get the photo back up, get it on the screen for you. This is the new dictator of Iran. This is Mojtaba Khomeini, or however you pronounce it. I don't really care because I don't respect these guys. I don't like these guys. I think they're complete animals, and I don't care if I mispronounce your name. It's just that simple. He is still alive. Now, he was wounded yesterday. There is reporting that he was wounded yesterday. But as of me making this video, he is still alive on Sunday night, Eastern time, here in America. So we are going to find him, and I have no doubt he is going to get the exact same treatment that his dad got. We cannot let the regime stay in power. There is no situation where this ends with the regime in power. Can't let it happen. Cannot let it happen under any situation or circumstance. So he is still alive as of the filming of this. So great super chat, great question. That is the answer. All right, we got 1999 super sticker from George Taylor. Thank you very much, George. I appreciate. Also, guys, we have the membership as well. If you want to support the channel, this does cost money to do. I got to pay for the streaming services and all that. Pay for it all out of my own pocket. So every dollar helps, goes right back into this to make sure I have the best news to give to you guys. I heard there was black rain in Tehran this morning because of the refinery attack. Seems like we are going after their ability to wage war. Great question. Let me see if I can get that on the screen for you, because the answer is yes. That did happen. That is true. I want to make sure I find a good video of it. Make sure I've got the right video of it. Okay. So this, I'm going to put it on the screen for you. This was the sky of Tehran after the attack. This was what it looked like. Black rain. Rain literally coming down that is black. So yes, that is 100% true. That did happen. And it is brutal. It is ugly. And yes, there was black rain. So that is what you're looking at right there. And by the way, guys, bottom of the screen, if you guys, I love engaging the audience. I get so many good tips from you guys that make my job easier doing this. Right on the bottom of the screen, Instagram, David_Hookstead, X, D Hookstead. That is where you can find me on social media. If you have a tip, or you know something, or you want me to look into something, please, please, please reach out. My DMs are wide open on both sites. Give me a follow on both sites. I cannot do this without you guys. You guys are what make this possible. So please give me a follow on both sites when you can. All right, remember, guys, we're doing $10 and up for super chats tonight just because we got a lot. So Christopher sending $10, didn't even have a message attached. Thank you very much, Christopher. I appreciate the support for the show. I appreciate the support for the channel. It means a lot to me for sure. All right, I'm going to check rapid updates. We're going rapid updates. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got going on. And keep in mind that you got to be careful with what you see on social media. A lot of bad actors out there. That's why you have those idiots that are out there claiming that Delta Force everyone in Delta Force got captured. Not true. Not true at all. All right, we've got some more footage here. I'm going to put this up on the screen for you. This is U.S. strikes on missile launchers and other capabilities. So you can see it getting bombed. That's a missile launcher. Destroyed. Getting hit. Complete obliteration. Complete and total obliteration. All right. You know what? I almost wonder, because my fiance broke that big story about tier 1 opera. Okay, hold on. Breaking news. We have breaking news. We have multiple explosions over Qatar at this very moment. I'm going to get it on the screen. This is over Doha. Multiple explosions underway. You can hear explosions in the background. Right there. Interception. Second missile intercepted, bottom of the screen. I'll rewind it if you didn't see it. Right there. Interception. More explosions in the background. More explosions. This is coming to you live at this very moment. At this very moment, you just watched in real time missiles coming down, interceptions underway in Qatar as the war continues to rage. So I'm checking for updates to see if we have a status of what happened there. All we know is that in Qatar, there have been multiple explosions underway. Unbelievable footage. Shocking footage. All right, I'm going to look. We're looking for more updates as they're coming in. Let me see what we got. So we've got a variety of different things happening at this very moment. Want to make sure that we only bring you guys the most accurate, best information at all times. I just got a message. I'm not even going to read it on screen, but I'm going to look for it right now. Someone's about to get banned. Found him. The sniper finger is coming out. Gone forever. If you put stupid comments, disrespectful comments in the chat, you're going to get banned. All right, $10. Thank you to you and your family service, and thank you to our brave men and women today protecting the world in the United States. So I never served in the military. I'm always straightforward and honest about that. I never served. I did have family members that did on both sides of my family, 3 of whom were killed in action. And that is obviously something I take very, very seriously. I appreciate your kind words. I appreciate the fact you're thinking about my family and those who didn't make it home. So thank you very much for that. But just to be clear, I always go out of my way to say this, so there is no confusion of any kind. I never served in the military, but I do appreciate the support. All right, let's see what updates we've got coming in here, if any at all. So let's see what we got. We have more updates coming in. We know there was missile launches against Israel. We know there have been now missile launches against Qatar, possibly with interceptions, it looks like. So I'm going to continue to look at it. Let's do another poll.
All right, y'all. That's the news for tonight. I hope y'all got up to date with what's going on. I will be back on tomorrow night. I hope y'all have a wonderful night.